All right, hello. Sorry about all of this extra stuff on the background. I haven't figured out how to get rid of it yet. But you need in your little bag I gave you, we have watercolor paper. If you remember, it's just kind of the thicker paper. Sometimes they have this kind of ripped edging, and we used it last year in seventh grade. It has also a texture. I don't know if you can totally see, but you're going to grab some watercolor paper, a pencil, and we're going to be making the outline of this color and value wheel. What I want you to notice is that it is watercolor, so we're going to see some kind of mistakes where it just is going to happen. But we have the middle, it's our lightest value. Outside, it's just kind of the regular color, a little bit more of a medium value. And then the outside, that's our darkest value. That's the color with black. So the inside is a lot of water, this is less water, and this is with black. I'll show you how to get to that after we've drawn it. What I want you to do is I'm going to just kind of put this to the side, and I'm going to do this in a Sharpie so you can see it better. You're going to use a pencil. So we want to kind of make our shape. I'm just kind of using more organic kind of loosey shapes, just to keep it simple. If you want to make it like a flower, a beach ball, you can make it a silhouette of something. Some people are doing squares. That's up to you. But I'm going to go in, I'm going to make my small inside one. So I'm just kind of finding the center of my page, and I'm going to go in. That's my middle value, the lightest one. I'm going to go around with another one. Again, just kind of a funky shape just to establish it. And then the outside one, so you want to go almost all the way to the edge. So if you want to make a different shape or spend a little bit more time on it, pause this now. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, but if you get it just like this, awesome. Once you have your kind of three shapes, and again, they can be anything, we're going to start sectioning them off so we can make our color wheel. So we want to make sure we have 12 sections. You don't have to use a ruler, but if you want to, you can also grab a ruler now. And I'm going to go to that middle section, and I'm just going to find the center of this and make a dot. So you're going to take that dot, and we're going to make a T, and we're going to make a T going through all of those little sections. And that T has to go right through that dot, so we keep it decently centered. But the lines do not have to be perfectly straight unless you feel like it. So I made one line, I'm going to make another line. So it makes like a T, or depending how you hold your paper, an X. And now we have 4 quadrants. So what we want to do to kind of get all of those other sections is we need to take one of these quadrants and we need to split it up to make 2 more sections. So in this, we need to split it. So there's 2 lines going through it. If you want it decently even, follow this step. I'm going to make extra marks that you do not have to make. So I want to find the center of this quadrant, this little box I made here. And don't draw this arrow if you don't want to, but you can if it helps. But my center is right there. If I was going to draw a line right in the center, I would draw it there. I'm going to go like a little bit left of my center, which would be right here. And that's where I'm going to draw my line. So I'm going to go in, and I'm just drawing it, and I'm having to go all the way across, go a little slower. I missed that dot. That's okay if you do. That's why you're doing it in pencil, so you can erase it if you make a mistake. So right now we have a small slice of pie and then a bigger slice of pie. The reason we have a bigger one is because we want to section this one off one more time. So this is our center. I'm going a little bit right of my center. That's about there. And again, it does not have to be exact. Maybe I'll go a little slower. Ooh, I made it through the dot. And I got it right through that dot. So we did that once, and we want to do it again. So if I'm going to go over to these quadrants, my center is right here. You don't have to draw this arrow. And I'm going to go a little bit left of the center, which would be right here. And I'm going to go through that a little bit left. So then we have, again, a small slice of pie and a big one. And I want to section that off again. So I'm going to find that center, go a little bit to the right. and go through that line. Double check. It's always better to double check. This is maybe where you do want to make a line, or you just kind of hold your finger to one, but you should have 12 spaces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 going around. So that means I did it right. So make sure you have 12. If you messed up, you might have just missed the line. Hopefully you didn't add any extra. And then from here, we're going to start to label it. So with our color wheel, everything is in a specific place. So when I say that, I don't mean that red has to be up on the top or yellow has to be over on the side. That's really up to you and whatever you would rather do. But everything goes in a correct order of a rainbow. And I'll explain this as we're mixing our colors later on. So I'm going to just pick one, and you're going to start labeling with me. So this one, I'm just going to keep it consistent. I'm going to this top, and I'm going to label one red. I'm going to add a picture of this too, so it's easier for you to just kind of look at the picture and copy. You can. And then next to that, so I have my red, my primary color. Next to this, I'm going to the right, and I'm going to add red, orange. And then my next one, ignore my arrow, this one's going to be orange. Below orange, I have orange yellow. Below that, I have yellow. And this is the labeling is just to help you, so if it kind of looks a little funky, that's okay, as long as you know what colors go where. Next to yellow, it's yellow green. Next to that is green. Then we have blue green. Then we have blue. This one, I didn't give myself a lot of space, but it's blue violet or purple, blue purple. And then we have violet. And then we have red violet. So then how everything gets labeled is we have, you can kind of see our primary colors. In between that, it's our secondary colors. So these primary colors, red and yellow, would make orange. And then we have our tertiary colors, so red, orange, orange, yellow. And that's the reason it's kind of laid out so you know what primary colors, so red, blue, and yellow are primary colors. You'll figure out what two primary colors will mix together to get your secondary color. So you could always kind of look to the left and right to figure out what secondary color it will make. Once you've done that, if you want to like make a cute little title that says color and value, you can decorate it how you want. Then we're just going to go ahead and start painting, and I'll show you how to do that separately.